Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown 205 Live results for this week of June 6th. First off, we got birthdays. Drew McIntyre turned 32 years old on June 6th, I believe. And Ahmed Johnson turned 54. Former Impact Tag Team Champion Gionna turned 35 on Tuesday, while former Knockouts Champion ODB turned 39. On June the 7th, Hall of Famer Finkel turned 67. Mick Foley turned 52. Tough Enough winner Sara Lee turned 25. And Legend superstar Billy Graham turned 74. Tatanka on the 8th turned 56. And Scott Lost turned 37. Liv Morgan turned 23. And on the 9th, Dan Severn turned 59. The late Sheik Farhat was born June the 9th, 1924, died of heart failure January 18, 2003 at the age of 78. The late Dutch Savage, Stewart, was born June the 9th, 1935, died August 3rd, 2013 at the age of 78. WWE NXT superstar Sonya Deville of Tough Enough fame, Daria Baronato, recently spoke with Byron Saxon for the WWE website. She discussed her MMA training, how she's changed since coming to NXT and more. Full interview can be found at this link. Congrats on your recent NXT victory on the WWE Network. You've had a very interesting couple of years under the WWE NXT umbrella. What's the difference between the Sonya Deville who first arrived and the Sonya Deville we see now? My first time being inside the Performance Center was for WWE Tough Enough tryouts, and although I knew hardly anything about sports entertainment, I knew I wanted to be a part of it, and this was my place. All I knew I love to fight, I love to perform, I love being inside the WWE Performance Center. Here we are, almost 2 years later, and my mindset is the same as day one. I love being here, and I love fighting. And with NXT, I get to do that almost every single day of the week. My life is amazing. I get paid to hurt people. Do you feel pressure to succeed in the division considering some of the names that have come before you? The path that has been paved before me is impressive. I look up and I have learned a lot from the women before me. With that being said, there has never been a woman in this ring with the experience that I have in fighting. Take my skill set, my strikes, my submissions. You can call WWE whatever you want. But at the end of the day, it's a fight, and fighting is my specialty. What should the NXT universe understand about you? I live for pressure. I live for the moment. When I'm deep in the match, out of breath, hurt, and feeling like throwing up, it's in those moments that I push through. I keep punching. I keep going forward, because no matter what, I will never stop. That challenge, that uncomfortable feeling, is what fuels me. And honestly, it's what I live for. I'm not here for the games. I didn't come here to be anybody's little sidekick. I came here to fight, to take over. I'm changing the game. I don't expect anyone to know that yet. But you will. WWE has announced a September 16th live event from Osaka, Japan at the Edion Arena. Shinsuke Nakamura will headline the rest of the SmackDown crew appearing. WWE will also run 2 live events in Tokyo later this month. Lana tweeted the following on her match against SmackDown's Women's Champion Naomi at the June 18th WWE Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Yeah, she gets a title shot. I'm going to hashtag Lana Crush at Naomi WWE at my championship match at hashtag Money in the Bank, MITB. Then I'll crush every woman on hashtag SmackDown Live. that laughed at me tonight. And go for the picture, for the picture link. And on Twitter, her name, CJ Perry, Atlanta WWE. Slow motion video of this week's SmackDown opening segment, which saw SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon reveal the new women's Money in the Bank briefcase. At Denny Burkholder, Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso signed their college football letters of intent February 2003. I'll show you a picture of that as he posted it on Twitter. At WWE Usos, at WWE Roman Reigns, at hashtag WWE, hashtag Extreme Rules. Former WWE ring announcer Justin Roberts will be signing copies of his book, Best Seat in the House. Your backstage pass through my WWE journey. Tonight from 7 to 8 at Barnes and Noble at Harmar Mall in St. Paul, Minnesota. You can find a full list of his booking signing events at justinrobertsbook.com/signings. Got that link for you. Heavy on Wrestling is in Duluth, Minnesota at Clyde Ironworks on Sunday with Abyss versus Mitch Paradise in a casket match. Eric Cannon versus Darren Corbin for the vacant HOW Championship. And autograph signing with Jimmy, the Mouth of the South Hart, and Tommy Wildfire Rich. For more info, visit HeavyOnWrestling.com. Roberts is on tour with the band Tool while serving as a host for their VIP events. If the band is coming to your market, there's a good chance that he will be doing a book signing in the area. That's Justin Roberts. Meanwhile, the next Impact Wrestling tapings will be held on July 2nd. Fourth anniversary through July 6th in Orlando, Florida at Universal Studios. The next Ring of Honor event is June 23rd in Lowell, Massachusetts at the Lowell Memorial Auditorium for the Best in the World pay-per-view. The same venue will host the TV tapings as the following night. The next Evolve shows are June 24th at Melrose, Massachusetts at Melrose Memorial Hall, and on June 25th in Queens, New York at La Boom. Xavier Woods of Up Down Down channel posted this video of Seth Rollins taking home his trophy after defeating AJ Styles in the finals in the WWE Madden tournament. WWE officials reportedly held a meeting backstage at this week's Raw and SmackDown tapings to try and help talents prevent their private content from being leaked online, according to BWinsider.com. This comes after recent hacks of content belonging to Charlotte Flair and others. Mandatory meetings are described as a class on cybersecurity threats. An expert from a cybersecurity firm was brought in to give a presentation to the roster talking about the different ways a person might find themselves tricked into allowing their security to be compromised. WWE officials also gave the amendment to their company's social media policy for talents to sign. No word yet on what the amendment included. Officials did stress that no one but the talents and WWE's social media teams should have access to social media accounts belonging to the talents. Go to that link for it. Congratulations to Matt Hardy and his wife Rebby. Baby number 2. Welcome to the family. Wolfgang Xander Hardy, born at home and already fitting right in with at Matt Hardy brand and at Baby Hardy brand. Wolfgang X Hardy was born on June the 8th at 11:37 p.m. And posted some pictures there for you as well. A match between Ruby Riott and WWE NXT Women's Champion Asuka at the UK Download Festival had to be stopped when Ruby was busted open after taking a bump into the steel stairs. She confirmed in a Facebook Live chat with Kayla Braxton, saying below that she needed 5 stitches after the accident. Also, were tweets from fans on what happened. Ruby said that she went into the match thinking Asuka would play fair, but she slammed her head into the steps and put a different side of Asuka on display. With her eyes on the title, Ruby said she can use the other side of Asuka to her advantage in the future. At Ryan Walton said to Wrestling Inc., yeah, Ruby Riott took a hard stair bump and blood was pouring from her. Had to stop it. She's okay, apparently. Also, at Sampeel _ Ruby versus Asuka, a download match got canceled. Asuka legit smashed open Ruby's head and there was blood everywhere. Ref called for the X. Emma made a surprise return at last night's Raw live event in Jackson, Mississippi. Video footage can be seen here at this link. Emma was on the losing side of a trio, also featuring Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax, as Sasha Banks and Mickie James and Dana Brooke went over. Emma has been out of action, suffering a shoulder injury at a WWE live event from May 7th in Liverpool, England. The injury occurred during a 6-women tag match, where she also was teaming with Bliss and Jax against Banks, James, and Bayley. The spot saw Emma land bad on her right shoulder following a double knee drop from Sasha on the turnbuckle. It was evident a legitimate had occurred as the referee gave the X signal and stopped the match. Prior to the shoulder injury, Emma had a back injury that kept her out of the beginning part of the year. At John Cena says, it's time to #end polio. But I can't do it alone. Are you in? Make your move. #checkmate. At Gates Foundation. At Rotary. Show you a picture. I wonder if he's playing chess, because he's actually doing a move. If I ever meet him in person, I want to challenge him to a chess game. Chess match. Can Cena actually play this game of chess? U.S. Champion Kevin Owens tweeted the following and noted that his thumb is broken, but he will not miss any ring time. Owens lost to Shinsuke Nakamura in last night's non-title main event on SmackDown. And he tweeted, showed a picture of his injury. At Owens Fight, sad to report that #the thumb of America is broken, but fear not. I am, in fact, the toughest man alive and will not be missing any ring time. WWE NXT Champion Bobby Roode, Nikki Cross, and Mark Andrews visited 8-year-old Lily Harrison on Tuesday in the UK. Lily was hospitalized after suffering serious shrapnel wounds during the terror attack at Manchester Arena during the Area Grand concert earlier this month. And coverage of the visit from Sky News can be seen in this link. Kofi Kingston took to Instagram and revealed that designer Jonathan Davenport has been the one behind the various looks of the New Day. Kofi wrote the following thanks to Davenport. Just wanted to take a moment. I'll post all the links there for you on that. Just want to take a moment to give a shout out to Jonathan Davenport. He's designed all the New Day gear for the past 2 years plus and counting, from the unicornification to our outfits right up to the present day ice cremation. At Davenport has been the mind behind design. A decorated storyboard artist, character designer, and illustrator. Jonathan specializes in narrative design, the art of telling stories through pictures. You can see the inspiration come through on the backs of our entrance jackets. Yeah, boy! Does fantastic work. Check some of it out. Davenport.deviantart.com. Also on Instagram.com, The Truth Kofi. This week's SmackDown saw Tamina Snuka pin SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi in a 6-person tag match. Thanks to interference from Lana. Tamina talked to Dasha Fuentes in the Fallout video and said that she's been preparing for a shot at Money in the Bank for a long time. Tamina bragged on pinning the champion and said she's ready to roll, been ready for all this, and is ready to climb the ladder and grab that briefcase. The next table for 3 on the network will air Monday, June 19th after Raw goes off the air with Kelly, Eve Torres, and Maurice. The dark match before SmackDown in Rochester, New York saw hometown star Luke Harper team with American Alpha and Ty Dillinger to defeat Eric Rowan, Aiden English, and The Ascension. SmackDown opened up with a promo for Money in the Bank, live from Rochester, New York, with Tom Phillips, JBL, and Byron Saxton with the women's division in the ring. As SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon makes his way out. There's a podium in the ring. Shane introduces the superstars in the ring. Tamina Snuka, Natalya, Carmella, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair. James Ellsworth is also there. Shane calls for a drum roll and unveils a white Money in the Bank briefcase that these superstars will be competing for in the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Shane talks about the match, but Ellsworth interrupts him. Ellsworth runs him down and says, "We already know what will happen at Money in the Bank." He hands the mic to Carmella, and she talks about how she's going to win, but Charlotte shuts her up. Charlotte goes on, but Natalya cuts her off. Becky mocks Natalya and accuses her of ripping Bret Hart off. Becky says that she will go on to be the first Miss Money in the Bank. Tamina interrupts and says all they do is talk, but all she's going to do is shut them all up in St. Louis. Music interrupts, and out comes SmackDown's Women's Champion, Naomi. Naomi takes the mic, but the music interrupts, and out comes Lana for her debut. She says this isn't working for him right now. Lana says Naomi can't compete in this match, but she can. Natalya laughs, but a yes chant breaks out from the crowd. Naomi is cracking up at the idea of Lana wrestling. Naomi wants to know who Lana has ever defeated. Lana says she can beat Naomi. They started arguing. Shane says, with all due respect, a title match is something she needs to earn. Lana pitches a quick fit and leaves the ring. Some fans boo the decision. Lana storms to the back as we want. Lana chant starts up. Shane calls for a referee, and it's time for a 6-member match. We go to commercial. Charlotte, Becky, and Naomi versus Natalya, Carmella, and Tamina. Back from the break, Charlotte starts off for her team with Natalya. Back and forth between the two, Charlotte has words with Carmella. Becky tags in for a bit of double teaming. Becky with a takedown, and Natalya tags in Carmella. Fan chant for Becky as they go at it. Becky with several pin attempts in a row. Becky rolls Carmella around the ring several times now. Becky drops Carmella again for a 2 count. Carmella ends up sending Becky to the floor with a kick. Natalya clotheslines Becky on the floor with a cheap shot. Back to commercial. More back and forth. After the break, Carmella knocks Charlotte off the apron. But Becky rolls her up for a 2 count. Naomi finally tags in and unloads on Carmella now. Naomi with a series of kicks and a jawbreaker. Tamina tags in, but Naomi rocks her. Naomi with a kick to Tamina now. Tamina lifts Naomi and rams her back into the corner. Naomi drops Tamina with a kick and a springboard in from the apron. Hitting a crossbody, Carmella breaks the pin. Flair boots Carmella out of the ring. Tamina holds Flair while Naomi chops her. They double team Charlotte and send her out of the ring. Lana comes walking out now. Naomi fights off Natalya and Tamina. She turns her attention to Lana. Naomi turns her back and kicks Tamina from the apron. Lana takes Naomi's leg out and she goes down on the apron. The distraction leads to Tamina hitting a super kick on Naomi for the win. After the match, Lana looks on as we go to replays. Lana stands behind the winners on the ramp as the two teams face off. We see Shane McMahon backstage on the phone. He walks into a room and sees the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal trophy. Mojo Rawley walks in. He talks about what the win meant to him and says he thought it would open doors for him But that's not happening. Mojo mentions not being in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Mojo says that there's one person on the roster that has beaten WWE Champion Jinder Mahal. Mojo. Shane then says if Mojo wants in the Money in the Bank, he must defeat his opponent tonight, Jinder. Mojo gets hyped up and says he's ready. He walks off. So they come. Owens versus Nakamura. Also Styles versus Ziggler in a rematch from last week. Back to commercial. AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler was up next. Back from a break. Out first comes AJ to a pop. Dolph was out next for a rematch from last week. Back and forth to start the match. We take an early break. And from the results, I believe that this was the match of the night. Back from the break, they're going at it. They trade big shots in the middle of the ring. AJ unloads and blocks the Famouser. AJ gets the upper hand, but Ziggler gets a close 2 count with the feet on the ropes. Ziggler goes on and connects with the Famouser for a 2 count. They go up top. Ziggler goes for a tornado DDT, but AJ counters and sends him to the mat. Styles decks Ziggler from the apron. Styles goes for a phenomenal forearm, but it's blocked. More back and forth. They trade pin attempts, and Styles hits Styles Clash in the middle of the ring for the win. After the match, Styles stands tall as we go to replays. The announcers lead us to another episode of Fashion Files with Breezango. New Day makes special appearance. Mojo Rawley versus Jinder Mahal. We go to the ring. Out comes Mojo as he tries to earn a spot in the Money in the Bank. Back to commercial. Back for the break. John Cena's return is confirmed for the July the 4th SmackDown. The Singh brothers come to the stage and introduce WWE Champion. Out comes Jinder for his non-title match. Bell rings and they lock up. Mojo unloads and takes Jinder from the corner to corner. Mojo slams Jinder and the champion slides to the apron for a breather. The Singh brothers come over and check on him. Jinder comes back in and they run the ropes. Mojo takes Jinder down with a shoulder. Jinder goes to the floor for another breather. Mojo keeps control until one of the Singh brothers distracts him. And Jinder turns it around. Jinder works Mojo over until Mojo backdrops him. Mojo makes a comeback with shoulders and a clothesline. Jinder does a rake to that and ends up hitting the collars for the win. So Mojo doesn't get into the Money in the Bank match. After the match, Jinder and the Singh brothers stand tall as they go to replays. They go up the ramp as the fans boo. Jinder calls for silence as modern-day Maharaja speaks. Jinder reminds us he's WWE Champion. Fan Chat USA now. He cuts a promo on how he would defeat Randy Orton at Money in the Bank in his hometown, and then he will have no choice but to accept him. Jinder speaks in his pajamas in the segment, and has to lead us to a video package on Shinsuke Nakamura. We see New Day backstage back to commercial. Renee Young backstage with Randy Orton for his reaction to Jinder's comments. Orton says that at Money in the Bank in 2 weeks, he won't need to say one word, but Jinder will hear him just fine. The Clones versus New Day. Go to ring the Clones and wait as the New Day comes out for their SmackDown in-ring debut. They toss boxes of Bootios cereal into the crowd. Xavier Woods starts off with Primo to start the match. Kobe watches from ringside. Woods turns it around and unloads on Primo, drop kicking him into the middle rope for a 2 count. Big E gets a tag and unloads on Epico. As Epico comes in, Big E applies an abdominal stretch. Primo runs in, but Woods meets him and applies a stretch. Big E and Woods clear the ring and celebrate as we go to commercial. Back from the break, Primo has control of Woods after the Cologne took control during the break. Woods tries to make a comeback, but Primo sends him to the corner and nails a clothesline. Primo takes him up for a superplex, but Woods sends him to the mat. Woods with a missile drop kick. Kofi and Big E try to rally the crowd. Big E gets a hot tag, unloads on Epico with suplexes. Big E runs the ropes and hits the splash. Primo charges, but Big E dumps him over the top. Woods runs the ropes and nails a dive to Primo. Epico rolls Big E up for a 2 count. Epico with a jawbreaker. Woods tags in and kicks Epico in the face. They hit the midnight hour on Epico for the win. After the match, New Day celebrated until the music interrupted. Out comes SmackDown Tag Team Champions the Usos. They call the New Day old news and talk about how they have the new tag team division unlocked. They welcome the New Day to the Usos penitentiary. The Usos say that they can joke just like the New Day can. They can start ripping all three members and how they look. The Usos say there won't be any more jokes at Money in the Bank. Still to come segment, Owens versus Nakamura. Back from the break, Sami Zayn is backstage with Joshua Fentez. He mentions being on commentary for tonight's main event. Baron Corbin attacked out of nowhere and destroys Sami, hitting him with a ladder. Corbin says, a spot just opened up on commentary. We go to Shane in his office. He's on the phone with someone talking about what Corbin just did. Naomi walks in and says she wants Lana at Money in the Bank. Shane says he's dealing with the issues right now, and Naomi has no obligation to fight Lana. Naomi says she wants to fight Lana and will even put her title on the line. Shane makes a title match for Money in the Bank. Naomi is happy and says that Lana better invest in one of those Russian hats because she plans on snatching her bald. Kevin Owens versus Shinsuke Nakamura. We go to the ring. Out comes the Universal Champion, Kevin Owens versus non-title main event. Back from the break, TJ Perkins is backstage with a promo on to hype tonight's 205 Live. Back to the ring. Baron Corbin joined the commentary. Shinsuke Nakamura is out next to a pop. Back and forth to start off the match. Nakamura sends Owens to the floor as we take a quick commercial break. Back from the break, the action has picked up as Owens dominates Nakamura after launching him into the barrier during the commercial. Owens keeps Nakamura grounded, and Owens drops Nakamura for the DDT for a 2 count, and then goes back to a headlock. Nakamura then nails a big kick after some back and forth. Nakamura makes a comeback and builds momentum with offense. Nakamura drops Owens with a strike. Nakamura keeps control and places Owens on the top for the running high knee. Nakamura gets a 2 count. They end up on top as Owens goes for a superplex. Nakamura fights back. Nakamura knocks Owens off. Owens ends up hitting the corner cannonball. Corbin wonders if it's a marshmallow instead of a cannonball. Nakamura drops Owens with another kick. Nakamura with a reverse exploder. As the fans pop for him. Nakamura waits in the corner and charges for the Kinshasa, nailing it for the non-title win. After the match, Nakamura so tall as we go to replays. We come back to Nakamura celebrating until Corbin hit the ring and attacked him from behind. Corbin dropped Nakamura with the end of days. We get another replay as Corbin hits to the ramp and Nakamura recovers. Corbin's music hits as the announcers hype Money in the Bank. We get another replay of end of days to Nakamura. SmackDown goes off the air with Corbin looking on from the stage as Nakamura is still down in the ring. What happened after SmackDown? Titus O'Neil appeared on this week's 205 Live and tried to recruit Akira Tozawa to the Titus brand. Titus says he was talking with Tozawa's best friend, Apollo Crews, and Crews suggested Tozawa be the one to help take the brand to the next level. So Titus tells Tozawa to go home, talk the offer with Crews, and then give him a call. The dark main event after this week's 205 Live saw Randy Orton take on WWE Champion Jinder Mahal, who made the match non-title. The Singh brothers interfered, leading to Orton hitting them with both with RKOs to send the crowds home happy. And here's some videos from the user on Twitter, Gold Craps. 2 videos of almost the same reaction, just a different angle. And no results from 205. Wasn't posted again. Thanks again for viewing my videos, and see you want to be it. And if you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.